Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Jacoby, and today I'm going to show you some tips that I used to go from Silver 1 to Plat 3 in less than 30 days. Let's get right into it with tip 1. One of my first and most crucial tips to ranking up is crosshair placement. For those of you who are unaware what crosshair placement is, it's when you place your crosshair at head level, so when you peek or hold an angle, you'll be able to take out the enemy right away. But don't crouch right away because you'll make your crosshair placement ineffective because you'll drag your crosshair from the enemy's head straight to the body. In order to practice this, hop in the range and walk around the bots while trying to keep your crosshair on its head. To remind yourself of this tip in game, I recommend writing it down on a post-it note and putting it somewhere around your desk as a constant reminder. Another thing you should focus on is movement, specifically trying to crouch as least as possible and not shift peeking. I'm not saying crouching is bad by any means because it can be very effective while leading into a spray, but you shouldn't be pressing crouch as soon as you start firing. On top of this, you should not hold an angle while crouching. You'll die first 99% of the time, especially if you're in lower elo where players don't have great crosshair placement, so their crosshairs are typically lower than head level, which leads them to your head crouching, holding an angle. And never peek an enemy while shift walking, because they'll see you 100% of the time, get the first shot off, and most of the time kill you. This third tip I see literally no one in low elo utilizing, and it's using the minimap. As we all know in silver and general low elo, it's very common for teammates not to comm, even in text chat or voice chat. I remember queuing in some games and not having a single person even talk in team or text chat. Because of this, I felt I was losing games I should have been winning. I was simply getting no intel on what was going on. But if you could simply just utilize the minimap, it can be just as good as comm sometimes. If any of your teammates see anyone on the map, it'll show an icon of the agent and then a question mark for a short amount of time once they leave the teammate's sight. As long as you glance at the minimap every now and then, you could see what your teammates are always looking at. The fourth tip is keeping a good mental state. You've probably heard this countless times, but it is true. Valorant's more of a mental game than a shooting game. It's a little more complex than staying happy and optimistic the whole time, because it is tough when your Instalock Reyna is going 5-22 on your rank up game. To go along with all this, just don't tilt queue. If you're on a 2 to 3 game loss streak, simply get off. You're gonna wish you got off earlier in a few hours when you derank twice, which I sadly know from experience. If you simply can't get off the game because you're addicted to Val, then just run a few unrated matches. Despite how people talk about unrated, it's literally the same thing as comp, except if you're not playing your best, it's not any percussions. So stop tilt queuing and trying to FF on round 5. Next, I recommend you warm up. If you truly want to rank up and improve, then put some effort into your aim. I'm not saying you go and download aim labs and practice 3 hours a day, but the difference between losing and winning your first game can simply be warming up. It's a lot better to spend an extra 5 to 10 minutes warming up than not to be warmed up until the score is 2 to 10 and you're about to lose your RR. Here's my warm up routine that I use to get to Plat 3, all the way from Silver 1. So for this warm up routine, you want to pick Chamber. Even though I don't play Chamber, I still like to warm up with him because you have access to his deagle as well as his op. So first you want to start out with one easy mode, bots. And for here, you want to shoot the op, but for example, if you go like that, you want to switch to your deagle and shoot him. So right here, like if I miss, you have time to shoot him. Alright, then once you're done with that, I recommend going in the practice and using your Vandal. You're just going to want to try to one-tap all the heads. Once you're done with that, I'd like to try different angles. So I would go back here, and we're going to practice as if we were peeking. So go like that. Basically, the whole point of this, you want to hug the pillar as if you're peeking them and swinging. Alright, now after that, you're going to want to come over here. Do one more practice, easy with the Vandal, just so you get your Vandal aim warmed up. Once you're done with that, I recommend you try to go till you can get a perfect score. But depending on what level your aim's at, obviously make that judgment for yourself. But if you believe that you could easily do the easy to get the 30 and you get 28, just do it one more time. Because after this, we're going to jump right up to medium mode. Do that one time with the Vandal. And once you're done with that, you're basically done. This should get you all warmed up for comp. My final tip is learning a variety of agents. This is almost essential if you want to rank up, especially if you're solo queuing. You can't jump into every game expecting to lock in Reyna and Jett, because eventually they're gonna both get taken. This will force you to either dodge, which you can only do so many times, or fill, and you don't want to be one of those people unwilling to fill and say, fine, I'll play smokes, but I don't even know how, and then go the whole match without using any of your utility. So I mapped out all of my recommendations for agents who I would play if I was forced to fill. If I had to fill in controller or smokes, I would use Omen, because his smokes are easy to configure in place, and his flash can be really useful. If I had to play initiator, I'd play Skye, because her dog can be really useful for info, and you can control her flashes, which makes them really easy to use. If I was just forced to fill in a sentinel, which I do play, I would select Sage, because on defense you could easily hold down a site by yourself using her wall and slows. The only downside of playing Sage though is her kit is way expensive, and then on the rare occasion you have to fill in a duelist, I would obviously go Reyna because, well, you know why. It's Reyna. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment for the algorithm. Basically all the YouTube buttons. And I did make a Discord server, so come join that link in the description. I might do some videos with people from the Discord, such as like inventory reviews, maybe even guess the rank videos. Basically all that. Also follow my TikTok and Twitch. I upload on my TikTok once a day. And I might start streaming soon on Twitch, so definitely go follow that ASAP. And I am going to be starting to upload once a week. This is the second week of doing that in a row. We're going for at least a month of a video once a week, so stick around for that. And of course, go check out last week's video where I actually found a hacker in Valorant, played a whole comp match, and he was on my team, so I was able to spectate the whole thing. He did get banned at the end, but it was a crazy video. He almost dropped 50, blatantly wall hacking, aimbotting, all of it. Go check it out, link in the description.